And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Welcome to the Dice Tower.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel and here I have my kids, Melody, Amy, Holly, and Violet. And today we're taking a look at Strike a Pose. Do people like to make poses? Well, probably. And that's what you're doing in this game. This is a game where you will not be sitting down at all during the whole course of the game. It is an action party style game. Let me show you real quickly how the game works. Okay, what you're doing in this game is you have two sets of cards here, 1 through 7. You have in purple colors and 1 through 7 in black colors. You're going to take these 1 through 7 and give them to one person. We're going to say that's you. And you leave the room with those cards. The rest of the cards are shuffled up, and each player is going to take one and look at the number and then place that card face down in front of them. Then players are going to draw a category card. Perhaps the category card is this one here, which has Bill Gates, Louis Armstrong, Elvis Presley, James Bond, John Travolta, Mary Poppins, and Mozart. Each player then has to get into a pose that matches this, whatever they're trying to do here. Each of the cards has a specific theme. Like, for example, here's Harry Potter, or we have funny phrases, or we have actions. Okay? The one card that we'll try out here for an example today is animals. So we have elephant, camel, cow, cat, dog, fly, and ladybug. Now what we're going to do here is each player in the game will get into the pose because you're about to come back in the room. So they get ready, everyone gets into the pose, and then you come into the room. What is each of these people? No, you can't move. You have to stay still. And you have to guess what each of the people are. Have you guessed which one might be an elephant, or a camel, or a cow, or a cat, or a dog, or a fly, or a ladybug? When you guess, let's say for example I say Violet is the elephant, I give this to her, I give her the number 1 card, and she doesn't have to pose anymore. She can go back to normal. And then I look at Holly and I say, well, she's licking her hand, that means she's probably the cat, that's number 4. I give that to her. And then I look at Amy and I see she's flying, and I know that ladybugs fly, so I give her the number 7. And then Melody is doing some weird thing, probably a cow, so I give her this 3 for a cow. Now, I got 2 people right. Melody, what were you?
Camel.
Amy?
Fly.
Holly?
Cat.
Violet? What animal were you?
I forgot.
You were an elephant. Anyhow, so I got 2 people correct, so I get 1 point for each person I get correct, and they each get 2 points for me guessing them correctly. So right now the score would be Holly 2, Violet 2, me 2, Amy and Melody would have 0 points. But you're going to switch the people who go out of the room, and you'll keep track on this handy dandy scoring sheet. Now, you can play with more than 7 people. You would do that by adding 2 sets of cards. You have a yellow card and a purple card. So when you draw those, I might say animal is purple and actions are yellow. And so you can have up to 14 people playing. You come in and guess what all the different folks are doing. You play for a certain number of rounds, and after that, whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. All right, let's quick do some roundtable discussion here and see what everyone thinks of the game. Violet, what did you think of Strike a Pose?
I like to do poses. It was really fun.
All right, Holly?
I liked doing poses too because they're really fun to do.
All right, Amy?
I liked going outside and choosing who would be who, because you would get the most points that way, and it'd be a lot more fun, even though people are yelling to go at you to go faster.
Yes, they are. Melody?
I thought this game was fun. There are some cards that I thought would be weird for younger kids who like to play the game, because it'd be like...
Yeah, but I think that can be fixed by the adult, if you're playing this with kids, to go through and pick the cards that will be used in the game itself. Because yeah, you're right. Some of these cards, like those famous people, I don't think kids would be able to do a very good job at showing who John Travolta is. And there are many cards that are similar to that. The game We used it, we played it in our family, but a really successful place to play this was in youth group, because youth group you can play, or with classes, this game can go up to 14 players, and kids really get into this. Now, it can be funny for adults, and it is funny for adults, but I think this is much more geared towards teenagers. This is kind of right up their alley, and everybody likes to do the poses, and I think that the cards are really cool in that they have similar things on them, so that, like for example, one has diving and swimming. Those can be really easy to mix up, and also you think a pose might be easy to do, but they can be hard. Amy mentioned how you have to hurry up. You cannot play this person with someone who is analysis paralysis. They come in, they're like, because everyone's standing in those poses, and after a while they're going to want to punch the person who is taking forever giving them a card.
My back was hurting.
Okay, well, your back will hurt much more when you're older. But anyhow, anyone have any final thoughts on the game?
I like the game.
Like it.
All right, I like it too, but like I said, I think it is a very specific thing. I think it works great with larger groups, and especially with groups who want to get active around a table. That fits teenagers to a T. It does work with adults, it does work with families, but I think it's best with teenagers.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.